So this is me in the school premises. Yeah, I'm right now at the University of Kefi, Nasarawa State. So we're just in for the morning lecture, and since the lecture was cancelled, I decided to just come up here and then bring us something. Yeah. So, guys, if you are married or you are still single, just listen to this. Are you aware that the most important thing that one should consider, right, before getting into any marriage is this that we're about to mention right now? If you don't know, maybe you are in your marriage and it's not working, like things are not just okay. You're finding it hard to like live in peace with your spouse. Just watch this life or just connect to this life. Stay till the end. You will never regret it. And you do well to like, subscribe, and drop your comments. Yeah, so let's dive in. I've come to discover that the greatest thing that cause problem in marriages, number one, is money. Yeah, somebody will say money is not, money should not be the problem. My dear, as a woman, I would attest to it that money is a problem. Are you aware that as a woman, at a particular point in time, when your husband dash you money or buy you a gift or give you something, you discover that there is an affection, there is something that come up from inside your heart, and you feel like pouring the love on him. You feel like, oh, this man is just awesome and wonderful. And then what happens when you are about to marry? I mean, when you are yet to marry, right? And then you discover that this somebody, one of my classmates, is looking for my trouble down there. You discover that this man that you're in a relationship with has not given you even a dime. I mean, he has not bought you a gift. This man has not given you any money for anything, to support you for anything. And you feel, oh, maybe it's because this man does not have. If this man cannot give you when he doesn't have even little, do you think when you are married he will give it to you? Yeah, see, like, you're supposed to know it means automatically he's not a giving type. Now, no matter how poor an individual is, he can decide to buy you a gift of just 500 naira something, and of course somebody will live to appreciate it, most especially ladies or married women. So if you are a man, you are about to marry, consider some things. You are a lady, you are about to marry, consider some things. I was talking about money. Money is one of the greatest things that keep home. If a partner or a wife is hungry, or your children are hungry, or the man does not have to provide, that family can never be in peace. There will be no peace in that home. And that is why it is important you struggle to see that you have something reasonable to do. Of course, have something reasonable to do before you go into any marriage. I always advise people, most especially if you know that the man you're about to marry is, see, I say, me as an individual, if I discover a man is a stingy type, maybe before I enter marriage, and I discover it, I think it's an advice I'm giving to ladies that are yet to marry. If you discover a man is a stingy type, he managed to give you 500 naira, and in that 500 naira he wants to give you, is hiding his hand. Please, my sister, carry your slippers and run. No, because if there's no money in relationship, if there's no money in marriage, that marriage will be in trouble. And that is why it's important you consider, check some things first. You ask a man of 1,000 naira, before he give you that 1,000 naira, he's trying to hide his hand. What is the meaning of that in a relationship? And that can lead to, sometimes when a lady marry and she's trying to compare her ex-boyfriend with her present boyfriend, it's because of money. If as a man you can provide her needs, If as a man you can give a woman what she so desire, she will respect you and she will honor you. That is just the fact. But when you don't give, when your hand is tight as a man, I'm telling you the respect you deserve, that woman will not give it to you. So please, as a man, a woman is a try your best to support your wife. Try your best to meet up with her needs so that she don't feel inferior or so that she don't feel depressed. Some men will say they share their responsibility before, rather with their wives. I don't know. A woman is supposed to be a responsibility, even though if she has, she's supposed to help. But reverse is the case now. Most especially our youth, our guys today. Maybe after meeting with a lady that have, you know, eat their money and they spend all of what they have, or they spend much on her. They feel the present one is still the same thing, so it's not necessary to spend on her. The financial management, or sometimes you marry a woman that's extravagant, or as a woman you marry a man that's extravagant. There should be good communication between the two of you, so that your issues will not. Yeah, issue of money is a serious matter. When you don't have a serious business to do, look for something that can bring income. Even as a salary earner, you need a business that can keep you going, right? Very, very important. You need a business to do that can, help boost your income. If a man has no money to cater for his family, that man is always depressed. There will always be transfer of aggression. I am saying it out of experience. Yeah, there are people that when you encounter with them, or you come across them, they share their life experiences like that. You see a man, communication that would have helped them, sort little issue because of depression for lack of money. They will linger, or that issue will linger, that issue will stay for a period of time until the devil succeeded in breaking the home before their eyes will be open. So if you are a man, eh, and you feel you don't have enough, there should be good communication between you and your wife. Very, very important. Yeah, there should be good communication. Make her understand actually what she's looking for is because you don't have. But when you have, you're going to provide for her, right? There should be good communication. When you're having an issue or a challenge that you must tell your partner, you have to use a very good approach to communicate that, so that you don't just feel your partner, or rather your partner will feel depressed and then feel like a house girl in her home. Oh, hi, brother Joseph Otukpo, thank you for joining this live. God bless you. Yeah, ensure you stay tuned. I'm teaching on relationship, that as a man, when you are about to marry, there are kind of women you don't go for, and there are kind of men you don't go for. If you are a woman, hi, Princess Faye, thank you for joining this live. Uh, thank you. God bless you. I'm glad to have you. Do well to give this video a like, and then subscribe if today is your first time of tuning in. So don't marry a stingy man. Yeah, don't marry a stingy man. When you discover a man's hand is tight, he don't consider your own needs. His own is just his own. His problem is just to satisfy his own need. You have to sit and ask yourself a question. Now, before you go into that kind of marriage, you have to ensure that you have something to do. If you truly love this person genuinely, and you don't want to let him go, or you don't want to let her go. And you don't just go into marriage because you want to marry. Marry a lady, or marry someone who respects you and respects your opinion, respects your family, not a pretender. Yeah, very, very important. If you don't consider some of these things, you will live to regret in your marriage. So I say most important thing you should consider is the issue of money and then sex. Now, what happens when your husband cannot cater for the family, or your wife cannot support you, is a very big problem. Now, when there is no good communication, it leads to problem that the husband will be angry, the wife will be angry, and then before you know, they transfer to each other and transfer to the children, and the children at the end of it live in pain. Please, if you're joining this live for the first time, or you're seeing this face for the first time, do it to subscribe to the channel, and then like and drop your comments about what we're discussing right now. You already know that the wife you're about to marry is not working, uh is not collecting. Then you should be ready to sacrifice. You should be ready to manage with him if you truly love him genuinely. But when you're not ready to manage, you're not ready to adjust to the situation, they feel since the man cannot provide for their needs, they will no longer stay. Money, money, they say, is the root of evil. And then money again is something that can keep the family going. Money is something that can earn you respect before people, the community, and then within or outside, right? And then issue of sex. When you know that you are in a relationship, before you talk about marriage, you're supposed to know the sexual ability of your partner. I mean, you know, some people have high libido and some people have low libido. When you marry a man that is has a high libido, what happened to your marriage? And then you're kind of person that can stay even for a period of years. I'm talking of out of experience, years, and then you don't have issue, or for months you don't have issue, and then your partner is the kind of person that really wants it like food. I mean, he requests it every day or she requests it every day. How do you go about it? So it is important you know before you go into marriage. Please, if you're joining this live for the first time, do well to like, drop your comments, and then subscribe to the channel. The sister will be glad if you support me by doing that, right? Thank you so much. So, guys, it is very, very important. The sexual desires of individual differs, even if you're a twin. You're coming from a different background, you're coming from a different place, getting married to each other. So there are some things you need to consider before you marry, right? Hey guys, please, it is important you check some of these things before you go into marriage. Now, are you, maybe you'll be thinking, is this woman saying, or is this lady saying, we're supposed to play like that? There are ways you can understand that. When you're always together, there's what we call body. When you're together with your spouse, to be, I mean, you will understand. Is he the kind of person that maybe when you touch him or her, then he'll react? There are different ways you can check if. Uh, so if you know that you're all those that have mission, you have to all those that have mission, you have to sure that you know all these things before you go into marriage. Marry sexually, so that you don't go into marriage and then your partner, maybe when your husband is trying to request for and then you're saying, oh, I'm tired. Tomorrow you're giving one different excuse, tomorrow you're giving another excuse, next tomorrow you're giving another excuse. It's going to cause problem in your marriage. One, if your husband doesn't cheat on you, definitely the love he has for you, or the love or the connection, or the intimacy you guys had is going to drop to minus 0.1. I am telling you, and that is why it is important you consider some of these things before you go into marriage. Be ready, because when you want to sign, you want to go into marriage, you have to sign, you have to be ready for anything. Okay, now somebody asked a question: what happened when you're already in the marriage and you now discover that actually the person you got married to is not your kind of person? The sexual or nobody will advise you to go out of the marriage, or an expert who would help put the first time, do well to, and then subscribe to. I mean, what is the what do you think will be the solution question? I think the best thing to do is my life partner or this one with you are, and then what are you doing that he doesn't like, or what part of your life, or what is actually hurting him, or what is that thing that caused separation between the both of you. With that out, or when you listen to your partner's voice out, you'll be able to know where exactly is the problem coming out from. Yes, where exactly is the problem coming out from? And the moment you know the truth, and the Bible said, you shall know the truth, and that truth you know shall set you free. A situation whereby, please, if you're joining this live for the first time, do well to like and then subscribe to the channel. Of course, you're talking of relationship, the greatest problems of relationship. I'm talking about money. See your partner or listen to your partner, are you now on her problem? Of course, you will know where the problem is. If it is something, say money, or if it is something, say money, or there should be good communication. Hey guys, the problem or the solution to this problem is not to go and then tell people about your partner, the weakness of your partner, the weak. See, some of us have done that and we are regretting up to now. Most especially when you take your husband to your family or you take your wife to your family members to discuss her weaknesses or her other side, I mean the bad side of your partner. You, of course, will forgive your wife when you come to discuss in a very polite and loving way, and then you forgive her. Are you aware that your family members will never forgive this lady or this man? They will always be angry with this person. The moment they see him or her, those things he did to you, or those things you did to him, they will remember all these things. And guess what will come to their mind? Guess what will happen? They will start developing or hatred, will just come up. So I advise people, we have done that in ignorance and we are regretting today. You can discuss about your husband to me. I can discuss about my wife to you, whatever, or vice versa. And at the end of it all, the thing is, you will forgive this person. But the friend you discuss your husband matter with, will you go to, oh, hello, good morning. Yeah, it's been a while. Thank you for having you. I'm fine, and you? How is the family? Yeah, all is well. This morning, I just feel like coming up here to talk about relationship. I mean, the greatest problems of marriage today. And I said the number one of it is issue of money. And then number two is sex. I'm trying to go back because I know you're just joining, and that might be important to us as individuals, either couples or singles. And that when you're about to marry, there are some things you should consider before you get into the marriage. If a man is stingy, do you think you should continue with the marriage? Ask yourself question. So that is it. That is just the discussion today. So it's been a while. I really missed you so much. I'm in school, and then I discovered the net people, and that is actually preventing me from. I've discovered a particular place that I can just a little bit, hang around. Yes, that is true, ma. That is true, ma. So I'm just happy that you joined. I think this conversation is good. This live is going to be very sweet, mama. I think you will share your experience with us. Yeah, advise us as young couples and then those who are yet to marry. Now, the question number one that I want to ask is, Mama, please, you're going to answer us. We're happy to have you. God bless you. Yeah. The question number one is, okay, as a lady, before you go into marriage, did you think issue of money should be something you should consider before you accept a man to marry him. That's number one question, right? And then the number two question is issue of sex, because I've heard people talk about leaving their marriages because sex don't satisfy them. Or when you ask couples about issue of infidelity, what they will tell you is their partner is denying them of sex or their partner is not satisfying. Okay, so mama is saying money is key. I believe you, yeah. Mama, marriage without money is hell. And that is the truth. So, if you are a young person, I wish the youth will just come in and just watch this video. Those one who are yet to marry, right? How I wish they will watch this live and it will be of help to them. Mama, thank you. Yeah, the man should be financially stable to keep a woman in his house. Yes, that is the truth, mama. Do you know some men can be very funny? Like when they are in a relationship with a lady, what they will do is to go on there, buy shawarma, buy drink, buy her gift, buy her this. And then immediately they get home, this man turned to be something else. Is it that he doesn't have the money, or he's a stingy man, or he just wants to get that lady? That's why he's spending on her. Mama, what do you think about that? A man that spend money on a woman when she's outside and then immediately they get home or they get into the marriage after the wedding, and then he showed up his other side of stinginess, abi of what? I don't know. It's really a thing of concern. This thing is really causing problem in marriages today, and people are not sensitive about that. Mama, what do you think about that? It's not supposed to be 50-50 like some men say now. Yes, mama, Jesus, I'm happy. You know, some men are saying they should share responsibilities. I mean, the wife should pay children's school fees and maybe pay house rent, and then him is going to be buying food stuff. Am I not a man's responsibility? I think a woman should be a man's responsibility. My God, this life is really getting interesting. That man is greedy and wicked, and that is true, ma. Yeah, a man that will say they should share responsibility. Okay, how about if this woman is not having enough? Is he thinking maybe because she's earning little money, then the little she have they should share together, or she should bring the money while she also have other needs to take care of? Of course, if a woman have money, she don't just go to spend it on anything. I think she buy food stuff and bring them home. She buy clothing for the children and even the man. But why is it that some men are putting some women in this kind of pressure? Now, mama, do you know when a woman, some men, when their wife asks them of money, and when they want to give this woman money, they'll be hiding the money they have. What kind of a man is that? That is the original intention of marriage. The husband should take 100 responsibilities. Yeah, that is true. Yes, a woman, her own is to just help. I mean support, ba? Yes, that is true. But some men are not doing that today. In fact, mama, do you believe they leave the responsibility for women? I mean the mothers. Because they are carrying the burden on their head. A man can leave a home without even giving the wife money to cook food or something. This woman cannot overlook her children go hungry. So for that, she will start thinking. She will go out there to look for what to do. Oh, thank you so much. We are very grateful for joining. We appreciate you for. So, so guys, what Mama is saying is, men should take 100 responsibilities. It is their responsibilities to take care of their family. So it means if you are not ready, you know you are not buoyant enough to take care of your family. I mean the wife you're about to marry or the children you have. Please don't just go and marry somebody's daughter and come and frustrate her in the marriage. Yes, ensure you are okay. Financially you are buoyant, that you can at least provide the square meals, her clothing, and then she can help. I know women have the heart to help, when they have the money. So that is a summary of what we're talking about. Do well to uh, provide for the needs of your family members, I mean your children and your wife. And the issue of sex, if you want us to do a video on that, if you watch this live, don't forget to drop a comment. Love you and see you in the next one. Bye. I want to view it now.